Welcome to Addiction with OG Los. Oh man, we here today to discuss some real stories and real recovery, man. Addiction is progressive, incurable, and fatal, man. And if you can survive addiction and hold your head up and walk like you're going somewhere, I consider that being some miraculous shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people survive addiction, especially addiction to drugs, because that's what we talking about here today, drugs, And I'm here with old Todd. What's up, Todd?
What's up, Lord?
Me and Todd, we did part one, y'all. And if you go on YouTube or Instagram and put Addiction with OG Los, Addiction with OG space LOS, and look at part one, and I got over 100 videos on my YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? But Todd's gonna tell us a little bit about his homelessness, man. Where the drugs take you places you don't want to go and keep you longer than you want to stay, bro, and make you do shit you don't want to do, Todd.
That's right. That's right.
We was talking about that homelessness last time we talked. What happened with that? How you overcome that, man?
For me, right before I went into first, I want to thank you, Mr. Los, for having me here, and I want to thank Mr. Kevin and his family for allowing us this great spot, this amazing ambiotic atmosphere. The message of Narcotics Anonymous is that an addict and an addict can stop using, lose the desire to use, and find a new way to live. Our message is hope and it's a promise of freedom. And that's a broad statement if you in recovery in every area, and not just the drugs, but just recovery. It's about overcoming something. What happened with me before I went into Gateway, that was 13 years ago. I was homeless because I wanted to drug. I was drugging around in this neighborhood. Right there in the Iberville project also, running all night, all day. I could sleep standing up. I could stand up and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the downward spiral of this disease had me. And I could recall just working jobs just to get loaded. Like I worked at the famous Door a few blocks from here, and I can remember charging people to get in, Mardi Gras, and I'd just walk off the clock and walk into Iberville and get loaded. It took me places. It did what it was supposed to do to me, the disease of addiction, the drug use. It was designed to do it. It was designed to demoralize, to have me miserable, to lose all sense of purpose and value. I'm unemployable. I'm derelicted because I'm running all night. I walk from here to the 7th Ward to Uptown, walk. And I was homeless because I didn't want my family to see me. But I come from a profound family. We know they seen me and how fucked up I was. And I ate out of garbage cans in my addiction. I could recall being in the Lafitte project where you from, and a friend of mine, giving me like some shake or some shit, and I hadn't showered in 3-4 fucking weeks. And every time I smoke, I like to get oral suggestion. And the sister I seen her, she was out for some days too. I give her a piece of the crack for the oral suggestion, and when she about to put her mouth on my tool, she was like, "Nah, man, you gotta go take a shower, man." And I was that fucked up in the perspective of as a result of being homeless.
Animalistic level.
Yeah, I was at the animalistic level. Yeah, I was. I went all the way down to that level. And for me, since I know so many people, I could panhandle in the 7th Ward, and I'ma get money to get crack. That's the truth. Because everybody know me. From balling, from selling drugs, and from using in my addiction. I could remember in my addiction, I was always using. I could recall calling people that had weight and send me a sample. I need a sample for my people so they could test it. And the test was I put it up in smoke. You know, I was that fucked up. And for me, when I got away from that, I went to Gateway Recovery System on the West Bank. And I went to Gateway where my mind was made up about me using fucking with the street in regards to hustling. I was done with that because I knew, you know, my life was intentional. I knew what I was doing was wrong. I knew using was bad. I knew that. And it wasn't no denial because once I stopped getting weight, I had to walk around and shortstop sales and all this kind of stuff. In every area, I call my folks, they'd bring whatever's needed, and I get broke off of that and from the person that's being sold to. So, you know, my addiction kept going. I can remember in the 6th, one night the police blocked off where, what that is, the Caledonia on one corner and Tony had this club on the other corner. They blocked the fucking street off and there was a bunch of police, there was a bunch of us scrambling, and they put us on a car and they asking us our name.
How long you stood homeless though, bro?
Maybe 7 months.
7 months.
Somewhere like that. You know what I'm saying? And then you consider yourself, if you're really homeless, if your name not on the leasing. Yeah. So it was always that, if it was that, you know what I'm saying? If your name not on the leasing place, I did that. I mean, it's always my life is intentional though. You know what I'm saying? I seen myself where I knew I was going to be able to come back, Los.
I know that had to make you feel derelict and the degradation and all that set in, you know, thinking about that you was a high school superstar basketball player and going to college and playing basketball in college, you know, being the backbone king, you heard me? Yeah. And then ended up homeless on the streets, bro, you know.
For me, Los, check this out. For me, I think, you know what I'm saying, this was part of the journey of my life. And I'm not so much saying that the drug addiction and being homeless defined my life. Yeah. No, it didn't at all. It constituted some strength in the aspect that I know now that I could do whatever the fuck I want to do in my life. I know that. Yeah, they had some periods that, you know, I was ashamed to go to jail, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knew us, like I heard earlier. You talked about the resilience and perseverance. For me to come through that shit, man, the world is in trouble. Because I'm so resourceful and I ain't gonna never negate my potential based on me being on drugs or selling drugs. Or no, I'm not looking at it from that angle. And I'm not gonna have a humble approach to my readdressing myself in society. No, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I know that I could do what the fuck I want. I got hired at the DA's office, and I had 7 or 8 drug convictions. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that recovery is a great thing, but if you know what I'm saying, y'all told me if you don't pick it up, you don't get loaded. So that's a founded, permanent mindset that I have about that. So now we talk about the new opportunities and new possibilities and things that awaken in your life. See, for me, I'd never be stagnant because I do a whole lot of things globally. And if you just think that it's supposed to be I'm stuck in New Orleans, then that's a person that recovery is great. Don't get it twisted. Being clean is great, but then it's got to be some other shit. So me, I have high aspirations about my life. Cause I had took some life-threatening loss. I've been shot at. I shot at motherfucker. Everything. I did everything that go with the street. I did that. Everything that go with the street. I did that.
And so Gateway was like a rehabilitation.
Gateway was more or less. It was because what happened. I came in the rooms in a relationship, and you know, so I had a place to stay, right? And when my old lady, my ex, went back to Copenhagen, I decided I can get one. and I can't do one or nothing.
So you was one of them, like my sponsor always said, you was a homosexual.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
They had people running in and out the fucking house and all that. The landlord stood right next to us because we was on Banks in a double. And he told her when she called to see how things were going, he said, Todd be having people in and out the house all night.
Yeah.
She said, lock his ass out. So when I went there, after I got locked out, I was out a few days, and then I seen my cousin. My cousin brought me to Brantley House by Pastor Mel. So after 30 days by Pastor Mel, I couldn't talk to my old lady. I walked off the car wash. I went out for 3 more days, and then I went to Gateway. And from Gateway to this day, I ain't find it necessary to use drugs. I done got my two degrees and got my life back. My heart and my spirit is back intact. You know what I'm saying? And I think everything that happened was for the benefit of my life, Los. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happened was the benefit of my life, and I think it's more to be revealed about what I'm doing and about where I want to go at with my life. And my story, my life, and as opposed to even sponsors and people that's been around the rooms, we got different pathways and different places that we're gonna go in this. Everybody ain't gonna go to the same place. You know what I'm saying, with these new opportunities.
You've been clean, you said now for 13 years.
13.
Right? So, in those 13 years, how have your life been? I know you've been down and outs and pick up, how.
Yeah, up and down, the roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster, because, our literature say that even with a substantial amount of clean time, we still can become homeless, penniless, jobless, single, no relationship, all that shit can happen clean.
Right. So for me, like I said, my life is intentional, and I'm involved in global sales, so I know that I can't be on nobody's job answering my phone all day, the phone ringing all day. I was working in juvenile court and with the youth. The youth, that's the ones that's doing all the shooting and killing, and you got to really be attentive to them. But I'm getting global calls. You know what I'm saying? It's my man, Uber driver, he's seen and heard me on call. So I had to weigh out what would be beneficial for my life, right? And I know that what I'm doing will be more beneficial than the employment I had. And so I had to let that go. I let it go, and I was staying in Gentilly. And once that was over with, the first thing that happened, I got to keep it gutter with you. The car got repulled. I can remember them coming and get my whip. And when I woke up, it was 2 a.m. And I said, damn, them bitches, I called my business, them bitches taking my fucking car.
And it's clean.
Clean. And I said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to get back in the bed. But get my shit out the car, because I know I got a bigger purpose in my life. And all this is part of it. All this is, all this journey, the journey better than the fucking reward. Because I need to go through that, not just for me to feel these different things, those, because every fucking day is a fourth step. Every day I look at what my liabilities and what my assets are. Every day. And in the literature you're talking about, the literature talks about how I don't have no unexpected expectations about nobody that's sitting around. I don't give a fuck what y'all do. That's y'all business, and that keeps me focused, because I didn't make meetings for a couple of years, but I was establishing rapport and relationships globally. And if I tell you I got over, I talk to fucking lords and princesses, nigga. I don't give a fuck about what a nigga say, because a nigga don't know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So
you getting in
my truth
finances from these laws.
Yeah, that's about to happen. Yeah, everything. Look, success ain't always monetary. Success is that I'm establishing relationships for where I want to go. And I think a lot of times, again, everything happened for the behoovement. My sister in place to help. My sister in place. I can't talk about if she wasn't, because that's not what it is. She's there. That's what's happening. And what I do, it ain't no usury or nothing like that. My sister know what I do. You know what I'm saying? This ain't about what no other motherfucker think. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? My life is my life, and I got a glass house. Just keep the windows clean on your glass house. You know what I'm saying? Don't work, because I don't give a fuck what you do. That's your business. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at in my perspective and in my approach to my recovery, because it's my own responsibility, not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
So, Todd, when you come up on 14?
9/5/26.
9/5/26, 14 years,
yeah.
Bro. Man, that's a miracle, bro.
It is a miracle, Los.
No matter what life ups and downs is, whether there's more up than down, the more down and up. If you can stay clean 24 hours,
you're a miracle.
You had a wonderful day.
Los,
an awesome day.
God bless the dead. My friend Lil Glenn from the 7th Ward. I can remember leaving in my active addiction, leaving out my mom house. I got slippers on, and Glenn said, "Come on, man, we gonna get some. I gotta come put some. Man, we walking, and we on Calarex Street and across St. Bernard, and I seen somebody I know that had dope. I said, yo, get something. You know what I'm saying? Pay the nigga the money. The nigga give me Procaine, bro. When I get back around my mom's house and I hit the shit, talk about fucked up. I say, oh my man, we bringing this back. Fuck that, we bringing this back. Man, we get across St. Bernard, and I see the nigga running from me. Cause he knew he had been fucked up, right? I got slippers on. I'm out my fucking mind. Got slippers on. So they had a cat walking towards us while the other nigga was running away from us. Man, the other nigga who walked towards us said, yo, big boy. And when I turned around, this nigga started popping. Bam, 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 bam. I'm hearing the bullets go, breaking fucking car glasses and everything. Oh, yeah, I want to get him. But first, let me get a hit. Oh, I want to get him. Let me get a hit first. The disease had me fucked up like that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really adamant, and I hate the disease of addiction, and I do whatever I can for people that's suffering from this disease, because it's a lot that we don't know. Every time we get a charge, nigga, that's 40,000 other statutes that's against us that say we don't supposed to be a productive member of society. Feel me, man? We don't want the job piece. I was just fortunate to be who I am to get hired, and I know I could do anything. It's about ownership, though. You know what I'm saying? Most time we get these convictions. I had 7, 8 of them, drugs, all drugs, and I went to the feds. Nigga who went to school with me, I say no, he get busted. He got a rat on people, and he got me and a bunch of niggas out the St. Bernard fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So your plans for the future is for this global thing to take off and you blow up. Open up rehabs and mental health things, my own, not connected with the state. Not connected with the state, Los, because the state is a hindrance, and I don't want to be audited and all that from the state. No, I like the way my process is going in regards to what my career options going to be, and I want to empower other people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing.
Still have to register with the state anyway, regardless. You know, to run business here in New Orleans, you know, or anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, but Todd, bro, you know, I want to thank you, bro, for coming over here today, bro, and letting us get this part 2 in. You know, I know we got part 3 coming next.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know that's just an iota of your story, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and just like me, you know, using drugs for 50 years, I can go on and on and on and have. I'm writing a book right now, you know, and I'm on chapter 17. You know, and I'm still going back, editing that and adding stuff to chapter 1 that I have forgot. You know, because as you go, you think of shit that you did back in the days, and you don't want to leave that out the book. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go back, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Well, Mr. Lowe's, Mr. Wilson, I'm like this, but I gotta thank you for being there for my recovery, and I don't want you to think that ever think that you ain't setting examples for us, man. For those of us that want to do the next right thing for the next right reason. I don't care how long you've been on the dope. If you get off the dope for a second, that tells me I could do the same thing, man. It's important that we empower each other to stay clean and keep doing the right thing. It's important that we do that. We don't do that enough. Most motherfuckers just give lip service on the recovery process, even in that. You know what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers want to see niggas fail. I ain't gonna fail, dog, because I ain't using no drugs. I'm gonna win.
Well, you keep walking like you're going
yes,
somewhere, bro.
Yes,
you keep walking like you're going somewhere, Todd.
Yes, sir.
Oh, look, I make 75, made a 16, bro. I done outlived my expectations at least 30 years, 35 years, bro, because I thought I would be dead by the time I'm 40, 50 years old, bro. Yeah. You know, but thanks for coming and share your experience straight home with us, bro. You know,
thank you,
and I want to thank everybody for watching, man. You know, and maybe we might have helped one person out there. Might have got the message that any addict can stop using drugs, lose the desire to use,
and find a new way to live. That's right.
That's right. Find a new way to live, bro. Thank y'all, man, and thank you, Cap.
Thank you,
for filming this thing, you know. And I'm gonna keep walking like I'm going somewhere. You heard me?
Good job.